Hello there. Today we're going to review our economic circular flow chart. If you remember, it is the interaction between businesses, individuals, and the government. We're going to use our example with Yoda. Okay? If you remember, in the first box, it talks about how Yoda, who is an individual, works at Dots and he earns $100 a month. With that $100, okay, he has to first the U.S. government withdraws money, okay, $20, because of income tax. That is given to the government by the 16th Amendment. After that is taken out, he has $80 left for those of you keeping track at home. Then Yoda, he has to buy groceries, he pays his mortgage, which is his loan on his home, and bills for $50. That leaves him with $30. However, the government had to take out $5 because of sales and property tax. Therefore, he has $25. Then he has to put $15 away in the bank to save for a new lightsaber. That means Yoda has $10 left. That is what we would call disposable income, meaning he can use it on anything he wants. But you don't have to know that for the test. From his taxes, okay, the government uses the money to give back to individuals and businesses with certain goods and services. Then, if Yoda goes shopping, say at the lightsaber store to get his new lightsaber, okay, the businesses use the revenue from Yoda's purchases to then help pay for their employees and other services for their business. So as you can tell, it is a constant circular flow in a motion interacting between businesses and individuals and government. Now, you're going to do some practice with this. Now, you're going to work on the worksheet called Economics Flow Situations. Here, you're going to read different situations dealing with Farmer James, as well as Elizabeth, who is the clown worker. What you're going to do is you're going to read the scenario and then decide who is doing the interaction. So, in our example, it says, James is a farmer. He primarily grows wheat and corn crops. He sells the majority of these crops to Kellogg Cereal Corporation. Kellogg uses these resources to create finished products. So, we identify James the farmer as the individual. And what is he doing? He is sending resources, his crops, to a business, which is Kellogg's. So, remember, when you're going through this, the first and third blanks, okay, should either be individual, business, or government, and then the middle blank deals with what is happening with the interaction, whether it deals with money, whether it deals with resources, that you have to figure out on your own. Okay, so now please take some time to complete the worksheet, and then you're going to check your answers on Schoology. Okay, hopefully now you have completed your, so please pause the video and complete your worksheet. Now that you hopefully have completed your worksheet, okay, we are going to take our last page of notes for the year. Woohoo! So get excited. And we're going to be talking about how the government promotes competition. Okay? If you remember, competition helps lower the helps lower the price of a product and raise the quality of a product. A perfect example today is McDonald's. If you've been reading the news or watching TV, you would know that McDonald's is suffering a lot, and their profits have been dropping. This is partly to do because of the major competition. Just think about all of the burger places we have here in Falls Church. We have Smash Burger, Burger 7, Elevation Burger, Five Guys, you name it. We have lots and lots of burger places, and that's lots of competition, meaning the quality of burgers has greatly improved, while McDonald's quality has basically stayed stagnant. So therefore, they're starting to lose profits. So, moving on. The government helps promote competition for businesses, right? If you remember from 6th grade, okay, we had those monopolies. The monopolies such as Carnegie Steel and Standard Oil, run by John D. Rockefeller. Okay, and the government needed a way to break them up. And if you remember, Teddy Roosevelt, our president, he became what was known as the Trust Buster, and he broke up monopolies. And his power to break up monopolies were given to him by the Sherman Antitrust Act and the Clayton Act. You won't have to know these, but they're just good to know that this gave Congress the authorization and the President authorization to break up monopolies. Okay, because as we know, monopolies aren't great for the economy because one person can control all factors of production and the price of the product. Another way the government promotes competition is by giving advice and loans to small business startups. Okay, this is something you always hear a lot really recently with politicians. They've always been talking about how small businesses are great for the economy, how they help keep America's economy going, and they're all for the small business. And that is true. This is great for the economy because if you just have Walmart controlling all the prices and all the products, okay, it's not necessarily going to have the best quality or the best price. And lastly, they encourage or promote global trade. Okay, this is important in terms of making us as a country competitive in the global markets. Okay, and then at the bottom of your page, we are talking about how the federal government has certain agencies that help regulate businesses and protect consumers as well. So these are very important agencies. That's why we have a big star there. We have first the Federal Trade Commission. They help investigate unfair business practices. Okay, so when the stock market crashed in 2007, there was a lot of businesses at fault for that because they were cooking the books, so to speak. They were putting down false profits, lying about it, and the FTC helped step in, and they helped prosecute those that were doing illegal business in the stock market. The other one we have is the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. You've probably heard of this before. They help regulate TV and radio broadcasting. They also do video games in terms of the warning labels and the level of who can play those video games, like E for Everyone, those type things. As well as you see on the TV, certain things we can watch, certain things that are bleeped out and whatnot. And the last one we have is the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, which helps set rules to control pollution. Hopefully you've heard this before, in your science class or learning about it by watching nature channels. So please make sure you've gone through the last page of notes and highlighted and wrote down the important information.